Ashley, it's been a bit of a strange season, hasn't it, for Liverpool? Do you think they've looked like defending champions?
No, not really. They don't look like the Liverpool that I expected at the start of the season with the additions that they brought in. It's been a very bizarre season, and it's strange to watch them from week to week. You don't know what kind of Liverpool team's going to turn up on the day. You know, against West Ham in the first half last weekend, I thought West Ham were probably the better team, but Liverpool scored 3 goals. Then you get this result in midweek. You just don't know what you're going to get at the minute, and I don't know if it's a lack of concentration. What I do know is it's always easier to really get after something when you've never got there. So last season they wanted to win the league, and then you win it, and it's a little bit more harder to defend that situation, which I can understand. That's just natural. So I don't know if it's that, a little bit of the new additions coming in and some players going out. I'm not sure, to be honest. It's hard to put your finger on the exact problem because they've had so many problems. If you listen to Arne Slot across the season, some of the things he spoke about that they're not dealing well with, it could be anything, long balls, set pieces, all sorts. So at the minute, they seem to be everywhere and nowhere.
The defence has been talked about a lot, the frailty. Where do you think that's come from?
I actually think that it's probably been there for a few years, but I think they've been so good at attacking that you haven't seen it. They've had more in the game, and teams have probably sat off them a little bit more, whereas straight away at the start of this season, there was a few goals that they conceded with a long ball down the middle. The manager highlighted it in his post-match, and it was like, oh, OK, there's one way we can get at the Liverpool team. I think they obviously lost their right-back. That was fine. They brought in a right-back that was one of the best in Europe, but he's more attacking. Left-back was Kirkes, was one of the best last season, but he still hasn't really slotted in or got to grips with that position. You've got your main man, Van Dijk, and I think Konate started the season a little bit wobbly. So, as a back four, there was just seemed to be all over the place, and then that's kind of continued all the way through.
What would you say is a good season for them from here?
I think getting to the Champions League, they can't do anything else really apart from getting to the Champions League in terms of the league. But as long as they're in that Champions League, they've got stuff to fight for. That, they'll be disappointed. I think the Liverpool club, as a club, they'll be disappointed that this is the title defence that they put up. But it is what it is. They're still around those top 5 spots, and whilst that's still on, I think they should push for that. And I think they'll probably end up getting one of those spots, and then you rebuild again for next season.